Hello friends, good afternoon. Welcome to Momentum Traders Group. In this video, I have made some list of core portfolios based on the technical analysis. So I am thinking to evaluate those stocks and see which stocks we can buy as a core portfolio or for the uh, trading in coming days. So basically this is the list I have prepared, almost like 50 plus stocks. So I'm thinking if I go and make the analysis of all the 50 stocks in a one go, so definitely that video will be very long. So probably we will make 7 8 stocks analysis in per video and see which stocks we can buy or which stocks we can just keep watch list and make a decision. So let's begin, friends. Before moving to the stock analysis, definitely I am not an expert guys here, but I want to give my thought process and my viewpoint on what I see on a chart. So here is the Nifty 50 chart. So you all know on last Thursday what happened. It was the massive fall. So we reached almost like 16,200, and then Friday we got a very strong bounce back from that. So what I see now, 16,000 seems to be the strong support for Nifty in case if on Monday if Nifty don't able to hold the current position, even though the global market, if you see on Friday, all the stocks globally have performed very strong. Either it is Europe or India or Russia, every stock, every country has performed very strongly, bounce back. So if I see current, just when I am recording this video, so as per the current, if I see SGX Nifty is in a very strong uptrend. Dow futures, Nasdaq futures are very strong trading currently. And second, even if you see on Thursday, Russia's stock index fall almost like 45%, and then today or probably yesterday, if you see, almost like 400 plus points it has already regained, which is almost like 20-25%, it has already regained the fall of Thursdays. So looking towards the whole scenario or the whole market, seems it's a good bounce back, but we never know what is going to happen in future, because still the geological tension is still going on. Ukraine-Russia war is still going on, and we have not heard any positive news that any further discussions are going on. And all the countries like US, Europe, and everyone is imposing sanctions on Russia. So we really don't know what are the repercussions are going to come in coming days. So this is the current scenario. So what I see on our Nifty, so from 6,200, Nifty has given a very strong bounce back, and if it don't hold this current position, then I think the next level, which is around 16,000, is a pretty much strong support, where this Nifty has consolidated like almost 2 months in this 16,000 range. So that can act as a strong support to the Nifty. The most worrying part is because Nifty still is below 200. On Friday it went and it touched the 200 EMA and then bounced back from here. It really did close above the 200 EMA. So that's the reason still that worry is on. And if Monday, if Nifty closes above 200 DMA, I think then probably slowly the sentiments in the market will change. But still currently I see time for a cautious movement. Okay, so that's the view on the Nifty, guys. Let's move to the stocks now. So here is the list of almost how many 53 stocks which I have made as a core stocks, but definitely we are not going to buy or trade in all these 53 stocks. So this is just a list of 53 stocks based on the technical analysis. So we will go through in this today's video and in coming videos based on the technical and plus the fundamentals, which are the stocks which we can consider to buy as a core portfolio or for the positional trading. So the first stock which I want to discuss is Astral. So on technical, if you see, the stock is taken a support around 1750, and from there it is bouncing back, but the only worry part here is the stock is below 200 EMA. So that one thing you can say as of now is the negative for this stock. So if somebody want to start accumulating or buying this stock, I think probably this is already at the resistance level, which is almost like 1900. So but it's, if somebody want to be more cautious and to be 100% sure whether to enter in this stock or not, so I think 200 EMA can be a good benchmark, which is almost like 2050. So if decisively stock crosses above this 2050, then probably people can start taking a small quantities and start accumulating. Second, this one purple line, if you see here, this is basically the line of anchored VWAP. So if I put this anchored VWAP on the lowest point here, so this also still shows the value weighted average price of this stock is around 2050. So currently actually the price is trading below that volume weighted average price. So if somebody want, they can wait and then start accumulating after this level. But just as a disclaimer, I have already Friday purchased a small quantity because I want to consider this stock is for my core portfolio. So I think this is the right level to buy, start accumulating. So I have purchased a very small quantity on Friday, and in a worse situation, if stock still goes below 1750 or crosses still goes to the next level, probably I will not buy, I will wait, and then once it reaches the next level, then probably I will add a few more quantities as a core portfolio. See, one thing guys, you need to be very clear in your mind. You might have known or seen or heard the strong or the people who are almost like 30-40 years in the market, even they say that it's impossible to catch the bottom of the market and impossible to predict the top of the market. You just need to make your experience, your skills and your analysis as a benchmark and take a decision. So based on that, I am making my decision, and I have taken the decision to buy a small quantity on Friday and hold it, and if the stock goes up, then I will start adding my quantity slowly as every resistance is broken. And second point, if you see down, the volumes are also coming very pretty strong in this Astral stock recently. So that's the reason I have selected this one stock first. Second, if we want to see the fundamental side, so I have already downloaded this fundamental sheet from Screener. So here I will just go through a quick parameters. I will not go in depth. Definitely you guys are much experienced and skilled people, so you can go and do an in-depth study on this one. So if I see a quarter on quarter performance of this stock, so last if I say the 4 quarters, the The last quarter was a bit on a lower side compared to the previous quarter. In terms of PAT, the same situation, but only thing is it's not in the negative but in the positive, but quarter on quarter this is the current scenario. Second, if I am seeing the operating profit margins, consistently it is maintaining somewhere around 18%, but when I compare this one with before that, definitely it is much more higher than that. Second one is the net profit margin. So this is where little bit concern. The last quarter is around 11%, and which is much more lower than the previous quarter. So definitely if somebody is considering this stock to buy, they can go in depth and understand why this operating margin and net profit margin is going down. After that, straightway I will jump to the ratio analysis. So here if you see operating margins year on year, it's yearly basis is pretty much increasing and pretty much showing a positive note. So the last financial year, which is closed on March 21, if you see that from 17 to 20% margin, net profit margin also same thing, 12%, which is consistently increasing. Second, EPS pretty much very strong from 12 to 20. If I say debt to equity ratio, pretty much zero. So it is a, we can say as a in terms of depth, it is pretty much zero. That is a very strong point for this stock. And ROE and ROC 24, 29, which is the averaged one, and then if you see only ROE, which is 21%. So pretty much fundamentally I don't see any issues in this stock, and that's the reason if you see consistently this stock has performed in a very strong uptrend in the uptrend direction. Fundamentally I really don't see any change has happened in this company. Only this correction what you see has happened, which is almost like from top to current level, which is almost like 30% stock has fallen, is just because of the market correction. So I feel this is pretty much stock to be considered in core portfolio. And one more important thing, guys, whichever the stocks we will discuss in our videos, this is not at all an buy or a sell recommendation. This is just my point of view, based on my study of technical and fundamentals, which I'm just sharing for the group as an information. And if you want to take a decision, please make your own studies, and if you have any consultant, so please consult your consultant and then take a decision. So this is just for an educational purpose I am sharing this video. Next stock which I want to share is Titan. Titan, again, if you see pretty much in a consolidation phase and down. If you see last 3 days, even the market was falling so badly, the stock is not falling, it is in a strong consolidation mode. And volumes, if I see, very strong volumes are coming. And if I put a volume AVWAP from a lowest point, so stock is pretty much at the average price. So if you see, it really didn't cross this average price down. Whenever the stock comes to the average price, people just jump in and start buying this stock. So if somebody want to be more cautious, so they can wait till this 2500 level to cross, because this seems to be one of the resistance level, and then try to accumulate this stock, and pretty much at the support level, and can be kept in a watch list. In terms of fundamentals, let's see how the fundamentals are. Quarterly, if you see, if I leave this one quarter of June 21. After that, there is a strong bounce back from that quarter. Last quarter, I think that was the one of the best quarter which they have done, which is almost like 10,000 plus crore rupees of sales they have done. Operating profit also, if you can see, there is a strong jump on that one. And PAT, I can say almost like near to double of that what they have done in the previous quarter. Operating profit margin, if you see, consistently it is improvement is there, increasing quarter on quarter. Net profit margin, the same thing. If I go to the ratio analysis, here I see little bit of concern, but the way the market is growing now or opening after the COVID, I think definitely this situation will increase based on the quarter on quarter performance. So the last financial year which they have closed, so basically that was the financial year of 2020 and 2021. So if you see, there is a drop in their operating margin, and the same with the net profit margin, because that's where then their showrooms were closed and business was almost like zero. So these are the numbers because of that reason, what I feel. If I see the ROE, ROC and those values, so if you before that, if you see, consistently it is maintaining about 20%, but because of that COVID, there is a dip in this one. But I think when they will declare this their financial year close this March, I think there will be a pretty much strong bounce back in these numbers. So this is my analysis says, guys, so you can take your own decisions. And one of the very important parameter which Vivek always stress on to consider whenever we take any decision fundamentally, so this cash flow divided by the PAT. So he says it should be minimum 80%. So if you see, it's 2021 was the minus, but in 2021 it's pretty much 4 times 5 times the what is our threshold. Yes, guys, so this is based on the fundamental what I feel we need to take a decision. But I feel Titan is one of the stock definitely can be considered to keep it in the core portfolio. Third stock, Info Edge, which is Naukri. So this stock basically almost from a high fallen like almost 42%. So this is one of the stock which usually people like almost like 7,000 plus people were saying the stock is very much run up, it is a very high cost stock, it's very difficult to buy because one stock is costing 7,000 plus. So the stock has already fallen 42% down from the top, and if you see on a technical analysis, the stock is pretty much trading at its strong support zone. So this is taken a support at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, and from this support level it has bounced back. So again, and disclaimer from my side, so Friday I have just taken a small quantity over here because I want to consider this stock for my core portfolio. And just for highlight, the stock is below 200 EMA, so be cautious about it. If somebody want to be really 100% sure, so they can just wait for this level to cross, which is almost like 5,600 level cross. So once this level is crossed, the stock will be trading above 200 EMA, and then strong resistance levels will also be broken at this level, and then stock can go up from here. If I just put a anchored VWAP and check where is the average price, so I can see the stock has exactly trading at its average price from the lowest point. So that is also one of the reason where I have, because of which I have taken a small quantity here to consider as a core portfolio. So from here, I don't know how much the stock might go down further. If it goes further also, I really don't see any big impact on me, because the quantity which I purchased is very, very small. But if the stocks goes up, then definitely it's a very positive sign for me. Yeah, so let's go to the fundamental, guys. Info edge. Quarterly, if I see quarter on quarter basis, so there is a good improvement, and quarter on quarter basis, sales is increasing, their operating profit is increasing, and similarly their PAT is also increasing compared to their previous quarters, where they were making very consistent or even the negative quarters. But now if you can see, there is a drastic increase in their profits. So similarly, the same thing you can see in their operating profit margin as well. It was previous quarter it was 9% plus, and then now it is 27%. Same with the net operating net profit margin as well. If I go to operating profit margin considering yearly basis, so here if you see, the numbers are not pretty much so that's where you might have always seen, or heard specifically for these two stocks, which is like IndiaMart and Info Edge. Even though the stock price has gone multi-bagger, but their revenue is not really aligned with their stock price, the way the stock price is going on. So there were always people were having a question mark on their valuation of the company. So now I feel the stock has almost fallen 42% down. So probably now the stock price is much more aligned to their fundamentals of the company and the stock price. So that's how I see it, but we never know what we can see. If the price further goes down, so then probably still the market or the top guys feel that this is also still not the right price for the stock. This has to go further down based on their current fundamentals. So if you see here, operating profit margin is not really, you can say, very impressive considering their previous operating margin. Same with the profit margin as well, wherein I can see in 18, 19 compared to that, this year it has shown a good change. EPS has shown a great development from minus 20 to now it is 109. In terms of debt to equity ratio, it is 0. So it's one of the, I can say, very positive sign for the company. It is completely debt free company. Average ROE and ROC 36 and 41. Again, it shows a very strong fundamentals of the company, and then ROE is 25%. So which is again aligned with our threshold requirements as a Technofunda study. So based on this, I feel if somebody still want to wait and see how the stock performs from here, and wait the stock and wait for the stock to fall further down and then take a decision, they can do it. But I can see there are the fundamentals are not so bad compared to their previous performance. Even I can see the fundamentals are definitely increasing, not the negative side. So take your own decision, guys. Yeah, so next stock which I want to discuss is Divi's Labs from pharmaceutical. So based on my based on my technical studies, if you see, the stock is at a perfect support level. So this is if I see here 7th Jan 21 or in January 21, this was the strong resistance level, In April this acted as a strong resistance level, and from here when it broke, so it gave almost 37-38% uptrend move, and from there it has fallen almost 26-27% down now. So the price is at pretty much at the same support level, and it has already once came to this same support level, taken a support and bounced back, and then if you see here it hit 200 EMA and then came back, and again it taken a support at the same level, which is almost like 3900, and Friday it has given a bounce back of almost 5%. So point to be noted here, the stock is trading below 200 EMA. If I put a anchored VWAP from the lowest point, the stock is pretty much lower than the average weighted price. So if somebody want to wait the price to close about 200 EMA and then take a position, that should be perfectly all right, because that will give this resistance of 4470 level will be broken. The stock will be trading about 200 EMA, so that will be a pretty much confirmed uptrend, so that decision can be taken. But I feel for a core portfolio, the stock is pretty much at the right place to buy as or to accumulate at this stage. Let's go to the fundamentals. Quarter on quarter basis, if you can see, consistently this stock is performing in an uptrend. Fundamentals are increasing or showing strong uptrend consistently. This is the sales quarter on quarter. If you see, strong uptrend. Operating profits definitely strongly going upwards, and I can say pretty much the last quarter was the best quarter which they have shown compared to any of the previous quarters. If I talk about their profit, net PAT, that is also like almost 50% higher than their previous quarter. If you see their operating margins, consistently it is showing a positive, which is almost like pretty much they are maintaining above 40%. Net profit margin, they are pretty much maintaining above 30%. So quarter on quarter net profit margin is also increasing. Let's see what's the ratio analysis says. Okay, so yearly basis, if you also if you see a very strong and good 40% margin they are maintaining. Net profit margin almost like about 25%. EPS, you can see that drastically from last 2019 from 50 to 51, and then 2021 they showed as 74%. 74 as a value. Debt to equity ratio, almost debt free company. ROE ROC averaged 23-32, again a very strong positive threshold, and ROE 21. So pretty much I can say fundamentally very strong stock, 100% for a core portfolio to be considered, and this stock I am already holding and trying to accumulate slowly as the stock will show some positive trend from this level. Next stock, guys, Mastech. So if you can see here, the stock is pretty much at the support level, at the consolidation level. Stock fallen down till 200 EMA. This black line is 200 EMA, and taken a bounce from here, and on Friday it is almost like 10%. This stock has shown upward movement. If I put an anchored VWAP from the lowest point, so the stock is almost trading at the average volume weighted price. So this stock also I am holding in my core portfolio, and pretty much plan to add quantities as the stock goes up. In fact, on Friday I added a small quantity here, and considering this consolidation, even the market was falling so badly, this stock was holding very strongly. So technically I feel pretty much strong stock at the right place to accumulate. And on Friday, if you see the volumes, pretty strong volumes has come in this stock. So you can consider this stock for your further studies. Let's see how the fundamentals of these stocks. Nasdaq, quarter on quarter, I feel, guys, a good improvement in their sales, same with their operating profit, and same with their net profit. So net profit, if you see last 3 quarters, they have just maintained around 80 crore, which is consistent. There is not a big jump in that one, but it's more or less as a flat. But considering the current scenario of the market, they have done a pretty okay job. Operating profit margins, consistently they are maintaining about 20%, net profit margin above 15%. So this is consistently they are maintaining since last 3-4 quarters. In terms of yearly basis, operating margin, pretty much very strongly they are every year they are making a new high. So from 12% in 2018, if you see in 2021, they have increased it to almost 21%, so which is almost near about the double of their what they used to do 3 years or 4 years back, or maybe 5 years back. So same with the net profit margin, a drastic change in last 5 years from 5% to 14%, so which is almost like 3 times of what they used to do. EPS, again a very strong jump from last year to this year also. If you see, almost the double what they have done last year. Debt to equity ratio, it is 0.3, so pretty much under control. For core portfolio, pretty much I consider the stocks which are almost like I can consider till 0.5. The debt to equity ratio, I am comfortable with that. So this stock is having around 0.3, so pretty much within the threshold, so can be considered for core portfolio. So ROE, ROC averaged 30-30, and then ROE 29. So pretty much fundamentally I can see very strong stock, again a core portfolio stock. So take a decision based on your study, guys. The next stock is TCS. You all know now currently they are going to they have announced a buyback. So I have already purchased stocks for the buyback. Definitely I am going to surrender for buyback whenever the date will be declared, and then again I will buy back this stock, buy back this stock for my core portfolio. So if you see the stock technically at a very strong support level, so this is the level which is almost like 3,400 level, where the stock has broken, given a breakout and gave almost like 16-17% of rally, and now the stock has fallen almost from its top high to the same 15-16%. So pretty much the stock is trading at the support level. If I put a anchored VWAP from a lowest level, so stock is pretty much trading at below the averaged anchored volume weighted price. So and the point to note here is the stock is trading below the 200 EMA, and on Friday it just touched the 200 EMA. So if somebody want to really wait and make sure that the stock is in the uptrend, they can wait the price to cross this weighted price and then take a position, or even though the stock if starts trading above 200 EMA, I think a good point to start accumulating the stock for their core portfolio for the long term compounding. Let's see how it looks like in fundamentally. So all know there is not much to speak about TCS fundamentally. It's one of the very very strong stocks in fundamental, and everyone want to keep this stock in their core portfolio. So quarter on quarter, if you see guys, very very strong. Every quarter they have shown a positive increment in their sales, operating profit, and even in the net profit. So pretty much very positive for the company. So I feel technically stock is available at the very good point to accumulate in a small quantities. Same with the operating profit margin. Pretty much they have kept in the range of 27-28%. Net profit margin around 20%. In that range they are maintaining consistently. So very good point for the company. If yearly, if I see, again as I said, almost like definitely about 26% they are consistently maintaining their operating profit margin, net profit margin also in the range of 20. EPS, there is a good consistent improvement year on year. Debt to equity ratio 0.1, which is pretty much almost like company is debt free. ROE, ROC 38 and 47, very very strong fundamentals of the company shows, and ROE is 37, so pretty much above our Technofunda threshold. So very strong stock available at a good point for the core portfolio, guys. Okay, one more stock, the last stock which I will discuss here in this particular video will be IndiaMart. Basically I have chosen again based on the technical at this point, but later we will see the fundamentals as well, and then we will see whether to be considered or not. Stock has done a top of almost 9,000, and from there, if I take say from top, the stock has from top the stock has almost 53% down. So the first point selecting this stock for study purpose is the stock is trading at a very strong support level or a consolidation zone. So if you see this, this is like almost September 20. This was the area where the stock was consolidating almost like from September to December. So almost like September, October, November, December, 4 months that stock has consolidated in this area, and then from here when it broke, it gave almost 83% returns. So now the stock is has come in the same area, and then it is consolidating from January in the same area. So almost 2 months it is consolidating in this area and trying to break this area. So if somebody want to be more cautious, just wait this area to break and then start buying, or somebody want to be really more conscious, then wait the stock to trade about 200 EMA and then start buying. So usually I don't recommend any stock to be purchased, guys, below the stock which is trading 200 EMA, because usually it is said on a technical studies the stocks trading below 200 EMA is like that is already in a bearish zone, and the reversal of that stock is, it takes more time compared to the stock which is trading above 200 EMA. So that's the reason, be very very cautious before taking any position in stock which are trading below 200 EMA. So this is just for an your analysis and the study purpose, to show you where the stock is trading right now. So make a 360 analysis and then take a decision before buying any stock. So if I want to say the fundamentals, quarter on quarter I can see their sales is increasing, not big way but consistent improvement I can see. Operating profit same thing, but last quarter it was negative compared to previous quarter. PAT same thing, it was negative compared to previous quarter. Operating profit margin, they are in the range of almost like 40% plus. Net profit margin same thing, above 40% they are maintaining. But quarter on quarter if you see, they are not improving but they are maintaining that range. Year on year basis if I see, definitely they are showing a good positive trend. In 2020 it was 27%, and the financial year which they closed 2021, it's almost double of that one. Same with the net profit margin, it's almost double of what they done previous year. EPS from 50 to 94, which is almost double. So year on year I can see pretty much they are showing a very strong uptrend in fundamentals as well. ROE, ROC, if you see, this is one of the concern I can say from 2020 to 21, it's almost like half, became half. ROE 17%, and CFO to PAT, cash flow to PAT is around 114%. So again the same funda I will apply here. You know that stock was trading almost like 9,000, 10,000. So people were always having that question mark. The stock price is not really aligned, or it's not really justifying the returns or the valuations of the company. So the stock price was going, strong up rally it was giving, but the fundamentals were not really doing the same thing. So people were always having that question mark whether really that is a sustainable stock price rally or not. So now I see that the stock has already corrected 50%. So probably this is the right price which is aligned to the fundamentals and the stock price. But we never know, from here also stock price can go down if people feel that no, still the valuations of the company are not really aligned with the stock price. So considering all those points, guys, do your analysis technically, fundamentally, and then take a decision. So that's it in this video, guys, and I will make a few more videos and I will cover all those 53 stocks, and then finally we will see which stock to be purchased and which stock to be ignored. And if you feel that any stock need to be discussed, so please drop your message in YouTube or Telegram to me, and then let's see if I can discuss that stock also in my coming videos. Thank you very much, guys, and take care.